Hey everyone. In this video I'm going to be looking at the dungeon map creation element of the RPG WorldBuilder app, specifically building a dungeon map from scratch. So we're going to click here on the Maps button, and you can see we have our list of available maps. This Dungeon Dread, if you watch the other video on the dungeon map making, this is where we generate one from. We allow the app to auto-generate one using the procedural dungeon generation method. This was the map that we generated in that video. However, for this video, we are going to create a dungeon map from scratch. And we're going to call this map Skull, because it's creepy. And we're going to put a note in there that says, I don't know, Forgotten. And the size is the number of tiles that are in the map. If you notice, all of these all these map sizes are perfect squares. So you can just take the square root of each of these. So like 9 would be a 3x3 map, 16 would be a 4x4, 49 would be a 7x7 map, 100 would be a 10x10 map. And I can tell you that these maps, especially if you're using the 8-way tiles, these larger size maps are incredibly big, so just keep that in mind. And of course you can play with it and build maps and delete them and do whatever you want. For this map we're going to keep it fairly small. We're going to do a 3x3, which is a total of 9 tiles. Our map type, the overworld would be if we were of course creating an overworld map with things like forests and mountains and such. For the purpose of this video, though, we are going to just do a dungeon map. Because in our auto-generated video we did an 8-way map, I'm going to do a 4-way tile map for this one. And the 4-way tiles and the 8-way tiles are... these maps are based on a tile system, and 4-way tiles have one entrance or exit for each of the 4 cardinal directions, so like north, south, east, and west all have one entrance or exit. The 8-ways differ in that they have 2 per cardinal direction. But for the purposes of this map, we're going to do a simple dungeon using the 4-ways. We don't want to auto-generate it. We want to build it from scratch so that we have we have our say in the direction of our map from the beginning. So we have all of our information here, and we're just going to hit save. And now we're going to look at our drop-down list, and here's our map that we just created, Skull, and we're just going to load this map. And you'll see that you have 9 looking kind of like map scrolls, or pieces of parchment that have these little cartoon maps drawn on them. These are just empty maps, or empty tiles, and what we're going to do is click on these, and then we're going to build our map. So we're going to long hold there, and we're not going to worry about naming our map tile right now, but what we are going to do is we're going to select the tile we want from this drop-down menu. Now the tiles that are in here right now are just a fraction of the tiles that are going to be featured in the beta version and the public release. But for now, we're going to use these tiles. And so the tile that we selected is this upper left corner tile. So we're going to try and find a tile that fits in there, something that would fit in the upper left corner. And if we look down through here, we see like northwest corner tiles. And so we're going to select one of these. Now that we've done that, we want to put some stuff in the room. And if you see here in this overlay section, you can select some various objects to be placed in the room. It says door, so there's 2 doors for that one. A door and a round pool, a door times 4, and a door, secret door. So what we're going to do here is let's put a pool of water in, and let's add some descriptors so I can show you how this works. So we're going to put let's see, pool of gross water, dark, and our last descriptor will be slimy. So this is kind of a gross, kind of slimy, maybe humid room or something. So we have all of our elements here for our tile, and now we're going to hit save. And you'll see that our blank map has been updated with this tile that features 2 doors and a pool of water here in the middle. Over here under our descriptors, we now have pool of gross water, dark, and slimy. If we wanted to, we could change this name up here where it says blank, and we're going to change this to the water room. That's not very unique name or very imaginative, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go back in there. So we have our room set up and we have our overlays. Now we could add some notes to it. So we'll just go down here. I long held on the notes section. I'm going to add a note, and this note is going to say in the pool is a monster. And I'm going to save that. In the pool is a monster. So in these notes, you could copy and paste text into this so that it would be available on this screen, so that as you're leading your players or building this dungeon, you have all of the information that you need on each tile. And if you notice that now that we've added that note, this red letter N has appeared down here telling us that there's a note and that there's something attached to this tile as far as information is concerned. So let's build another one real quick, and I'm not going to do all of the same stuff that I did with that one, putting all that information in. What I'll do is I'll just create a couple of tiles here real quick to show you how you could really easily kind of like lay out a little dungeon to get started in for your players. And I'm just going through here really fast, and I'm adding different tiles based on where they're located in the map. You don't even have to do that. These tiles are named here, and so like here's interior, so let's put these rooms in the middle. And then let's put this would be like a right edge tile or east edge tile. And you see that it's already showed up with that, so let's put this one in there and save. And then let's do one down here. So this is kind of a this would be like a southwest corner tile sort of. Here's one that looks pretty good, so we'll put that in there. And this would be like a bottom or a south edge tile, so let's put this one. And then let's this last tile here, maybe this is the entrance to our dungeon, so we're going to just put this east edge tile. And now you can see that we have built a 3x3 tile that we can now go into and begin adding overlays and descriptors and notes and naming each of those things, and copy and pasting and counter information or whatever information we wanted to in these note sections. And so that's I think that's a pretty good working example of how to build a map from scratch in RPG WorldBuilder. It's really flexible, and it really allows you to do a lot of stuff. And the nice thing is that you can have this map wherever you go. I mean, it's on my phone here, and the phone that I'm using to do this and to record on isn't an incredibly high-end phone. So it's a pretty flexible and a pretty amazing little tool. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to check out the other videos that we're doing. It really kind of, we're walking through and explaining all of the elements that are contained in this app, because there's a lot of stuff, and we're hoping to give you an idea of what it contains and what it can do. So, all right, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.